Have you ever caught yourself wondering, do they like me back? You replay their texts, their laughs, even the way they look at you, and yet you're still not sure. I get it. Overthinking makes everything harder. But here's the truth. When someone likes you, the signs are there. Clear, steady, easy to see if you know where to look. I've spent years studying how people connect, and in this video, I'm going to share 7 signs that mean it's not just you, it's both of you. By the end, you'll know if it's time to stop guessing and start trusting what's real. Sign 1, they show up again and again. When someone truly likes you, they don't just talk about it, they show it with their actions. Think about it. Do they make time for you, even when life is busy? Do they check in, call back, or keep their promises, even on the small things? That's not chance. That's consistency. Human behavior is built on patterns. When a person values you, they don't disappear after one good moment. They show up repeatedly because their brain links you with comfort, excitement, or even safety. Psychologists call this investment of effort. It's one of the clearest signs of real interest. And here's the part that matters. Consistency doesn't mean grand gestures or constant attention. It shows up in little ways. Sending a good morning text, remembering to ask about that tough meeting, or simply making sure they see you again. These small actions add up to something big. If you notice they keep showing up for you, time after time, take it seriously. That's not an accident. That's someone quietly telling you through behavior, you matter to me. So instead of overthinking, try asking yourself, who always finds their way back, no matter what? Because that's usually the person who truly cares. Sign 2, they remember the small things. One of the clearest ways to know someone likes you is when they hold on to the little details you've shared. Not the big obvious stuff, but the tiny pieces of your world that most people forget. Maybe you mentioned your favorite snack once, and a week later they bring it up. Or you casually talked about a childhood dream, and out of nowhere, they ask how that's going. This isn't random. In psychology, we know memory works like a filter. Most of what people hear fades quickly, unless it carries emotional weight. When someone remembers the small things you say, it means you have emotional weight in their mind. You're not background noise. You're someone they want to know deeply. Think about it. Our brains are bombarded with information all day long, yet somehow they kept your words, your stories, your quirks. That's because attraction sharpens focus. It makes your voice, your interests, and even your habits stand out above the rest. And here's why this sign is powerful. Remembering small things is not just about memory, it's about care. It's their way of saying, without words, I'm paying attention because you matter to me. So the next time they bring up something you thought they'd never notice, don't brush it off. See it for what it is, a subtle but undeniable sign that you're living in their mind, even when you're not around. Sign 3. They mirror you without realizing it. Have you ever noticed them leaning in when you lean in, or crossing their arms just after you do? Maybe you laugh, and they laugh the same way, almost like a quiet echo. That's called mirroring, and it's one of the most natural signs of mutual attraction. Here's the science behind it. Our brains have what psychologists call mirror neurons. These fire when we watch someone we feel close to, making us unconsciously copy their movements, tone, and even their choice of words. It's not an act. It's not staged. It's our brain's way of saying, I feel connected to you. This goes beyond posture. When someone likes you, they might start using your slang, matching your energy, or even picking up your habits, sometimes without noticing. It's subtle, but it's powerful. Why? Because mirroring is about harmony. It shows they're tuned into you, and that being in sync feels natural. And here's something important. Mirroring isn't only about imitation, it's about comfort. If they're relaxed enough to let your rhythm guide theirs, it means they trust you and want to keep that bond alive. So the next time you catch them copying your gestures or finishing your sentences, don't chalk it up to coincidence. Chances are, their body is saying what their lips haven't yet. I like being close to you more than you realize. Sign 4. They include you in their future. Listen closely to the way they talk. Do they slip in little phrases like, we should go there sometime, or next month we could try this? When someone likes you, their language naturally shifts from I to we. That's not just a word choice, it's a mindset. Psychology research shows that when people feel connected, they begin to imagine life with that person beyond the present moment. It's called future pacing. The brain doesn't do it with everyone, only with those who feel important, safe, or exciting to think about. And here's the key. Including you in the future doesn't always mean huge plans like vacations or moving in together. Often it's simple. Suggesting a new cafe to try next week. Talking about a movie that's coming out soon. Mentioning an event months ahead and casually saying, we should go. These small glimpses reveal a bigger truth. They see you as part of their tomorrow. Why does this matter so much? Because attraction is not just about how someone feels in the moment. Real interest shows up in how they picture you in their life later on. If they're weaving you into their future, even in playful ways, it's a sign their heart is already making space for you. So the next time you hear them use we instead of I, pause for a second. That's not overthinking. That's their subconscious letting you know, I don't just like you now. I want you there later too. Sign 5. They protect your time and space. Pay close attention to how they treat you when others are around. Do they step in softly when someone interrupts you? Do they stand beside you in a group, almost like an anchor? That's not just kindness. That's protectiveness, one of the most natural signs of attraction. Psychologists often say that protection is a form of attachment behavior. When we value someone, our instinct is to keep them safe, not just physically, but emotionally. That can mean defending you in a conversation, checking if you got home safe, or simply making sure you feel comfortable when the setting gets tense. And here's the subtle part. Healthy protectiveness doesn't look like control. It's not about telling you what to do or where to go. Instead, it shows up as gentle acts of care, holding a door, standing a little closer when you seem uneasy, respecting your boundaries and making sure no one else crosses them either. These gestures may seem small, but they reveal something huge. You matter to them. They're not just focused on their own comfort. They're tuned into yours. So if you notice they look out for you in ways others don't, that's not an accident. That's their way of saying, your well-being matters to me. I want you safe, happy, and respected. And when someone makes it clear that your time and space are worth protecting, it's one of the clearest signs you're more than just a casual presence in their life. Sign 6. They share real feelings, and silence feels comfortable. One of the strongest signs that someone truly likes you is when they open up in ways they don't with others. Think about it. Do they tell you stories about their childhood, their fears, or even their struggles, the things they usually keep hidden? That's not random oversharing. That's trust. And trust only grows where there's attraction and emotional safety. Psychology tells us that self-disclosure, sharing personal thoughts and feelings, is a building block of intimacy. When someone chooses to be vulnerable with you, it means they believe you won't judge or reject them. It's their way of letting you in, piece by piece, to see the real person beneath the surface. But here's the part many people miss. It's not just about words. Pay attention to the silences. When two people like each other, even quiet moments feel easy. There's no rush to fill every gap. You can sit side by side saying nothing and still feel close. That kind of comfort doesn't happen with just anyone. It's a sign your connection runs deeper than surface level attraction. So if you notice they share private parts of their world with you, and you both can enjoy those soft, unspoken pauses together, it's more than friendship. It's chemistry, it's trust, and it's a sign their heart is opening to you in ways it doesn't with others. Sign 7. They fix things and care after a disagreement. One of the clearest signs that someone likes you is how they handle conflict. Do they disappear after a disagreement, or do they come back and try to make things right? People who are genuinely invested don't just walk away. They care enough to repair the connection. Psychologists call this relationship maintenance behavior. It's the effort someone puts in to keep the bond healthy and strong. When someone likes you, their brain prioritizes your relationship. They notice when something goes wrong and take steps, small or big, to restore harmony. Notice the difference between effort and perfection. It's not about never arguing, it's about showing up afterward. It could be a text saying, "Hey, I didn't mean that. Can we talk?" Or a face-to-face conversation where they truly listen. That effort reveals investment, respect, and care. This sign is powerful because it shows that you're more than a temporary interest. You're someone they value enough to protect the connection with, even when things get uncomfortable. So the next time they reach out after tension, apologize, or actively work to smooth things over. Pay attention. That's not just good manners. That's a sign of real attraction and emotional commitment. So there you have it. 7 clear signs that the feelings between you are mutual. From showing up consistently, remembering the small things, mirroring your gestures, including you in their future, protecting your space, sharing real feelings, to caring after disagreements. Each one tells a story that says, "I like you, I care about you, and I want you in my life." Remember, overthinking can make everything feel more complicated than it really is. Look for patterns, not isolated moments. If you notice 4 or more of these signs regularly, it's a strong signal that your connection is real. Now here's what you can do next. Take a small, gentle step. Send a message, invite them for a coffee, or simply share how much you enjoy your time together. Honesty and calm action can turn clarity into courage. If this video helped you recognize these signs, hit that like button to support more content like this. Comment below which sign surprised you the most. I'd love to hear your stories. And don't forget to subscribe for more psychology-backed tips on relationships, love, and human connection. Trust the signs, follow your heart, and stop overthinking. Your connection is waiting for you to notice it.